monumental moments where we live to multiply His movement. I'm Melissa Machenbacher, and this is a place we passionately pursue and proclaim Jesus. Today's monumental moment is titled Tamper Proof. I ordered more holistic vitamins to stay up on my health regimen. The package came to my doorstep the next day in a brown box with bright blue tape via Amazon. I opened the package to find my vitamins just like I ordered. It was a bottle sealed tightly with cello wrap around the lid. I quickly took the vitamins to my cabinet where I knew that I would be tearing into them as soon as my current bottle was empty. A week or so later, I reached for the new bottle of vitamins and unwrapped the hard plastic around the lid. I proceeded to turn the lid open to pull out my pills for the day. The cap easily twisted off, and in the process, the tamper-proof seal under the cap lifted. I sat the cap down and I thought I must have ripped the seal on the vitamin bottle as I was opening the cap. It was ripped almost halfway across the bottle, which felt odd to me. I didn't notice ripping anything as I was turning the lid. I gave it a second thought for just a moment, but carried on pouring a couple of vitamins into my hand as I remembered the clear outer shrink wrap seal was intact. It must be fine, I thought. The vitamins got me through the next few weeks, but the bottle didn't feel that it lasted as long as it should have. I hopped back on Amazon, looked for my recent order, and reordered the same vitamins again. The next morning, more vitamins were waiting for me on my front porch. I set them on the counter knowing that I would need them the next morning. By God's grace, another morning rolled around and I went to grab my daily vitamins. I again ripped off the outer cello wrapping around the lid and then twisted the lid off. The tamper-proof seal under the lid was ripped again. I paused. Twice in a row now, I thought. This had never happened to me before, but now it's happened twice within the past 2 orders and with the same product from the same supplier. I didn't think that I was rough in turning the cap, that I could have broken the seal in the process. Something just didn't feel right, and I knew it. I held the bottle in my hand for a moment and walked back through the process again in my head. I had unwrapped the clear cello wrap around the lid, which made me think it was a new bottle. It looked like a new bottle. The lid felt like a new bottle, yet the seal was broken under the lid. I felt an urge to look inside the bottle. I opened the bottle and dumped the contents in my hand. There they were, all the vitamins, and they looked normal. Then I thought, I should count them. And I did. 1, 2, 3, 4. I kept going. I finished counting and I looked at the bottle again to verify the quantity that should be inside. The count in my hand did not match the count in the bottle. I was 9 vitamins short. I counted again to confirm my math was accurate. It was clear. Clearly, the bottle had been opened, used, or tampered with and was repackaged with a nice new outer cello wrap to make it appear that it was a new bottle. An aha moment hit me. This must have been the same situation with the bottle of vitamins that I had bought last month that had a broken tamper-proof seal and didn't seem to go as far. I had dismissed the evidence, thinking that I must have torn the tamper-proof seal myself when opening the lid. Since it had a cello seal that was new and not tampered with around the lid that I had to tear open. I immediately called Amazon, who kindly credited the purchase and asked me to throw away the shipment that I had left from the supplier. This was more than a dose of vitamins. This was a healthy dose of reality. I overlooked the tamper-proof seal that had clearly been tampered with. I overlooked the warning signs. The seal is on the bottle for a reason, to help prevent harmful situations and guarantee you're getting what's on the label and the quantity that is listed on the bottle. My situations could have been honest mistakes. I'm not casting blame on anyone other than myself for not following the warning signs in front of me. As I've replayed these situations repeatedly in my head, I've been reminded of scriptures throughout God's word, which warns us about tampering with scales, moving boundary lines, and general dishonesty. We are to conduct business, control ourselves, and live life in an honest and trustworthy manner. God sets the weights and measures, and He is our standard of measurement. Proverbs 11:1 says, "A false balance is an abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is His delight." Another version says it this way: "The Lord detests dishonest scales, but accurate weights find favor with Him." Proverbs 22:28 says, "Do not move the ancient landmark that your fathers have set." The Lord delights in true and accurate weights and measures. He expects honesty. Has the Lord put tamper-proof warning signs in your path that you may have overlooked? His desire is to protect you. He is your shield, defender, fortress, and refuge. Have boundary lines been moved inappropriately, or are scales out of balance? What if you paused long enough in your fast-paced life to allow God to show you where something may have shifted and be off or out of balance? Ask God for a divine realignment. How can you make monumental moments and live to multiply